This is Thomas Lyons for Raps on TV. Fortunate to be down here at the Old Bailey to commemorate Mark Prince's OBE Awards. Fortunate to be joined by trainer and manager of Anthony Yarde, Tunde Ajayi. Stamina for sale.
Dream it, believe it, become it. You know what it is.
How you been there, Tunde? How's everything?
I'm overjoyed, happy, and joyous for Mark. You know, it's wonderful. A true example of don't give up. You know, in what you believe in, and you know, for him to be honoured earlier on today at the Palace, and all his friends, family, and people from school. I mean, we've got the old Harry Redknapp over there.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm happy for it.
Yeah, it's great to kind of have everybody come down from various different fields, obviously within the wider boxing fraternity, but also kind of, you know, like to Harry Redknapp, high-profile figures like that, to celebrate Mark's achievements, the work that he's put in to kind of tackle this rising epidemic of youth violence in the capital. I mean, obviously we don't want to kind of touch on the negatives, but what's your kind of take on the whole kind of epidemic recently, and sort of the way that maybe things have been addressed? I mean, we've got like some Mark who's campaigned tirelessly to kind of progress and kind of combat the issue of knife crime. I mean, what's your kind of take on the whole issue?
I mean, you said it straight off the back. I try not to focus or get emotionally involved with the negative.
Yeah.
The main thing is that Mark's doing something very positive to address the issue, and that's what I want to focus on. You know, because it's easy to point out the negatives, but it's not so easy to look at the positives. And I just think that the main focus should be on the fact that Mark is taking his time. You know, he's had to lost a loved one.
Yeah.
But for Mark, it's more the bigger picture. You know, Kyan is one out of many thousands of young men.
Yeah.
And I guess that Mark, he feels for the young children. He doesn't want another parent to go through what he's gone through, and that's positive.
Yeah,
that's very positive, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah,
and that's where I stand on that. We're focusing on the positive.
Yeah, of course, and you're always positive. Your kind of outlook on sort of even the way you train Anthony, the way you kind of conduct your business on a day-to-day kind of on a day-to-day basis, and kind of seeing that transpire and see Mark kind of empower, educate young people at this kind of stage where they are going to make a transition from say secondary going on to like college, university. So how important do you think it is to have these opportunities to instill that kind of discipline and focus for these young people?
I think it's very important, because life is polarity. There's positive, there's negative. And if there's young men from a particular area, well, we're not that young no more, me and Mark.
Yeah.
But you know,
doing your best.
Young in spirit. We're moving. The face is still shining.
Still shining.
If young people see people from where they come from make an impact, and to the point where the Queen is honouring them, that's massive. That's being what I say on my Instagram every day. Be what you want to see. That's the best way to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, I think for young people, a lot of them, they're very visual. You know, and I know that's the case, because I've grown up in the area. I've been in the barbershops. You know, and we're pointing the fingers. What's the matter with these kids and everything? And I was always like, that don't make no sense to me. Because instead of saying what's the matter with these kids, why don't you show them that they can get the things what they invariably want in life, which is, I guess, the riches and the house. But there's a right way to do it. You know, being successful and being educated is being able to get what you want in life without hurting somebody else. That's an educated person. That's a smart person. That's a positive person. And Mark's showing that. He's being the example, and I'm so happy for him.
And I mean, kind of before I come on to talk about Anthony's progression, obviously last time at another historic venue, Royal Albert Hall. Just talk to me a little bit about the Stamina for Sale brand. I know it hasn't really got a lot of kind of coverage with the media outlets at the moment, but just talk to me how that kind of concept came about, how that kind of drives the camp on a kind of day-to-day basis, and sort of how proud are you to be able to kind of have ownership over that kind of that brand?
Well, that's what it's about. It's about knowing that you can create something, you can develop it in a positive way, and then it can have a positive effect on other people.
Yeah.
And that's all that I've ever wanted, and all that when I went over to Las Vegas and I saw Floyd Mayweather, I said, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the same way, but I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna empower people in the best way I can, in the most positive way I can. And now I've got people from where we grow up saying they want to be part of it. Because we got the hairdressers, stamina for hair.
Got the merchandise.
We got the health side coming.
Yeah.
Stamina for health, vitamins, minerals, and what have you. So it's a brand which started from the bottom and started from the ground up, and hopefully as time goes on, it will be known. And everybody will start to respect it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of been well documented. Obviously now the WBO have ordered Sergey Kovalev to defend his belt against Anthony.
Yes.
Obviously you've kind of emphasised the fact that there is no rush to this kind of stage of his career. Anthony hasn't had the kind of most experience as an amateur and pro combined, and you've kind of touched on that.
Yes.
Do you feel kind of now's the stage where Anthony is prepared, he is equipped for that jump up in level from the domestic scene to the world mix?
Well, the domestic, you see, these are just names.
Yeah.
Domestic, world level, European, it's just names. The main thing is how I feel Anthony is, and the time I feel is. That's why I've titled the fight, The Time Is Now. The promoters ain't said that yet, but I've titled it, The Time Is Now. Because everyone knows me for saying everything is time and everything is timing, and it is timing, and that's why I didn't take it, or we didn't take it in 2017.
Yeah.
We had to hold strong in 2018 because we had 3 offers. But now's the time. 2019, so we're ready. Yeah,
and I mean the camp at the moment down at the Peacock Gym's broadening day by day. Obviously got Ade, Ole Juncker, and his protege Bilal Ali.
Very excited about those guys.
Yeah, do you kind of talk about sort of his start to his professional career and kind of seeing him in the gym every day alongside Anthony? How much kind of does that spur him on to kind of reap the rewards, get those challenge for those kind of big fights, and put himself into a position where his profile and his kind of experience is going to kind of come a long way?
He's got the person to look up to. He's seen Anthony come from the bottom and position himself number 1 in the world. Yeah. Bilal just had 2 weeks notice, 10 days notice for his professional debut, but he acted like a pro, went out there, sold probably half of the venue out in 10 days. Yeah. So it's going to be very exciting for Bilal and Ade, two men I'm watching grow daily. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of like, there has been a lot of spotlight on the so-called domestics. I know you kind of don't want to.
I don't think about that.
Yeah.
I don't talk about that. We're number 1 in the world. They got to be looking at us. Yeah. We don't look back. We're looking forward.
So in terms of assessing Anthony's last performance against another on paper tough opponent, and kind of give Anthony that kind of that learning experience, was able to systematically break him down like he has done for the majority of his fights. I mean, how impressed were you as his trainer with his last performance?
10 out of 10. Perfect. This guy went the distance, or went 12 rounds with Morat, the same Morat who fought Bernard Hopkins. Yeah. The same Bernard Hopkins at the age of 49 fought Kovalev, who couldn't stop him. So do the maths. Yeah. We're winning by KO.
Yeah. I'm not gonna make you shout out Lyons in the camp in here. I know you guys.
The old baby, please.
Yeah. Nah.
Let's get this. Let's go and celebrate Mark's.
Celebrate Mark's
achievement.
Tunde, it's a pleasure having you on the platform as always, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you hopefully with an announcement soon on Anthony's next fight, and keep up with what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Top man. Thomas Lyons, Raps on TV, Tunde Ajayi, all the best for 2019, and most importantly, stay healthy, stay active, and
dream it, believe it, become it. Yes,
top man.
Good stuff. Right.